About what I've been thinking about. I can't even sleep without chiefing down. I ain't fun to be around unless the reefer smoke is what I'm breathing out. And I've been contemplating leaving town. I don't want to leave without taking all the words out of a demon's mouth. So much to say, and he wouldn't speak a single sound. See the crowd being loud, wonder would I be allowed to bring him out. See if I bring a house down to a pile of ash. But you smile and laugh once a while has passed. It's such a childish act. Probably catch me just sitting in the silence and back, writing the facts, combining both the science and math. That's where they finding me at without the time to react. Just pour some wine in my glass, my thoughts are finally back. Looking for the fucking fortune you can find in the trash. I got the eyes of a cat, I see a violent attack, and it's leaving the people defeated. Producer gonna need a receiver, think of the speed of a cheetah. Be what you need for your freedom, only do what you believe in. Karma ain't one for the cheating, turn the other cheek. If you swing, lead the fucker bleeding. If they yell duck, don't duck, cause it's hunting season. Reason underneath it, everyone wanna be undefeated. Never getting caught, and if I do, I run to Cleveland. It's every time I come around, I hit the ground running. Oh no, no. It's hard to strive, try to survive. Well, take a second glance, just walk on by. Lord, you got to walk on by. Win the medal award for settling scores, severing the head with the sword and stepping aboard. Veterans were better before the legend of war. Never had a blessing before, that's if I ignore the fact that one day I'll have a record in stores. I'm sick of getting ignored, cause I'm ahead of the horde. My ship is setting ashore, what you need medicine for? Cause if you stress and ignore, you should step to the door. They ask me what is it for? Think of things that I've done, think of reasons to run, or even being a bum. But I believe in the sun, freedom and fun. Leave me alone, I got some weed smoke deep in my lungs, drinking a ton, thinking how I'm about to be in a crunch. And my mother says I'm not eating enough, but I never really pictured life being this tough. And how you eating the food but don't believe in the hunt. 'Cause every time I come around, I hit the ground running. Oh no, no. It's hard to strive, try to survive. We'll take a second glance, just walk on by. Lord, you got to walk on by. 'Cause I don't need your love anymore. I'm tired of getting kicked while I'm down. And Lord, you know that ain't right. No, no, you know that ain't right. Ain't right, ain't right. Whoa. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 There was red on the scene, no need for soldier world. Own enemies, now it's more than drugs they were feeding. Whoop whoop, looking from the police, locked up without a key or a reason to deem. All stories that they told, no
what you feel. God or the priest, and what you want. Lies or creed, and what you need. A shell and some weed. Cash in the wall, bad bitch in your need. Thinking if we take this money, then we break control. And tomorrow celebrate with a load of patrol. As a family moans. The death of a child that ain't even grown. Tell me what was it all for? Close the blinds and shut the curtains. We all know who's outside looking, but we don't know what they're fighting for. They're afraid to go outside, so they just stay in and hide. They're robbing, stealing from the poor. Close it up and lock it shut. Turn out the lights, and we've had enough, and we know who's knocking at the door. Hide your kids and grab your guns, sweep everything under the rug. It's time to silence score. Yeah.
Get a zip and I'm ripped like split cigars. And don't trip by that shit when you're in my car. I got lifted but did not lift an arm. It comes to weed in my yard, that shit's a farm. Remember when I lived in the midst of harm? And I don't even gotta tell you who the victims are, cause you'll be hearing from the hearts that are ripped and scarred. Thought I'd be sitting in a prison yard by this time, but I just start spitting bars instead of getting charged. I know the fifth is large, but I'ma sip that shit till they hit alarms. And I'ma just spit with a different charm. So keep company, but watch what your company keep, cause it ain't nothing to beat. A shepherd shuttling sheep, I'm shape-shifting, no sleep. When I'm covered in sheets, my dreams are fucking with me. I see a couple of creeps who give me government grief, because I'm soaking what's up under the leaf. And now I'm trying to see my brother released.
Close the blinds and shut the curtains. We all know who's outside looking, but we don't know what they're fighting for. They afraid to go outside, so they just stay in and hide. They're robbing, stealing from the poor. Close it up and lock it shut. Turn out the lights, and we've had enough, and we know who's knocking at the door. Hide your kids and grab your guns, sweep everything under the rug. It's time to sell a score, yeah.
Leaving brain matter on the window pane. Can't stand the way they read underneath. Act the same, dramatic about the way they feel from the fucking fame. But you know that you shouldn't play it in a game. I did my best just to stay from the devil. Had no other choice but to chase him on my level. And I, while a guy, remained a soul rebel. And I never lacked the passion for the bass or the treble. I was 14 when I noticed we would help me focus. I'm coming on my shell like a locust. And since then I've been smoking on that hocus pocus. And every hit I take it I'm choking, praying to get to heaven when my life is ended. And I hope my best friends get it, but they all just pretending. They will love themselves, I'll appreciate living. They should all be suspended in midair for just a couple seconds. Start to look down on themselves from the heavens. Only then will peace of mind be presented. And it's irrelevant when they speak of their intelligence. I can't see through the skin to the skeletons. They lie with lies as big as elephants. Cause whatever I don't need, they will be selling it and telling me it's relevant. Just what the hell is it? You can never catch me with your fucking lack of evidence. My defense, I render this. I am also one that said that I would never have to go and plead it. No contesting this.
What you wanna do when your favorite rapper dies? Everybody poses questions, everybody wonder why. But it all comes back, so what did you expect when you're playing with the trigger of a goddamn cat? Fuck that, click back, don't tread on me. Cause I'm a real MC with real philosophy. When your mind goes up, your cells take it down. Tell me how were the rest of us supposed to survive? How was I supposed to know that this is how the world goes? When your mind goes up and your cells take a down. Sometimes I gotta talk to that shit. Yada yada.
Read them weep, but I'll lead them to see and defeat. I'm finna find my freedom this week. I got attacked by a devil, but the demon is weak. Because I slid right past and I'm not even a sneak. And yeah, I guess I got up without a reason to leave. Because the shit was getting sicker than a sneeze in the sleep. But I've been sitting here, weaving my throne. So all you punk motherfuckers should just leave me alone. Up at the same time every day just to see another sucker MC stepping my way. I had enough of that. I can see you bluffing as I say it. They spraying into a bag and started off and then I'm stepping on the fucking gas and they step in my fucking path. They feeling ounces at a 6. I huff and puff and puff it back. Get an education, but you see they giving nothing back. I hold on to this microphone till my fucking knuckles crack. Chilling in the caddy shack, bumping like a Cadillac. Then I start to wonder where the fuck my brother Chad is at. I'm suffering like succotash, feet up on the fucking dash in the front seat. Zoo is driving fucking fast, but you know I've seen a lot of things in my time. Been arrested for some crimes, spending dollars on a dime anytime. Seen another brother walking on the line. Seems like I'm thrown off just to see if I can find. Know that I cannot see what's in front of me. There's 1,000 views, but you know there's only one of me. Please tell me what the fuck these vultures want from me. Cause if I don't went away, those scavengers would up for me. And please tell me what is wrong with my country. Every century got these people acting senselessly. They can never know what these grand lands meant to be. They the people physically, emotionally, and mentally.
Still alive by the end of the higher air. Burn with the liquor, there's a fire in the hole. When a soul came from the dome, show me a storm. Those gangsta house rap against a little no. Oh, you punk ass rappers go home against home. Cause you know what you about to do. In a second, I don't need a guy to make a written go black. Back to the booth, the roots, I let loose the raw. And I align inside that all soon start. Hip hop will never die. When I wake up in the morning, I'm high. Papa told me, bigger boy, don't you cry. But I know he wasn't laughing, so it may have been a lie. But that's just another dream I had, I think I hope. And I hope my words are heard as I emerge through the smoke. Hopefully play my fucking CD till it's broke. Hopefully like every stupid song I ever wrote. I ain't jotting down notes, I ain't telling no jokes. I am writing that philosophy for heaven open folks. While I got your fucking mind spinning like spokes. With your back against the rope, hope these motherfuckers choke.
liberation. It was phrases from all faces, rumbling my reservation. Let the best stop first. Eternal universe, heaven, hell. But who's to tell you're gonna still speak seditiously, courageously preach onto this ignorant and arrogant body of speech. And this is not another lesson, yet another question to add to our depression of the world's recession.
Something revolution, soon as gonna be like a revolution. Run, as fast as you can, no you can't hide from the pride. A little strong will survive, and I know what we need, cause I only bleed red, gold, and green, yeah. Don't wait, don't hesitate, get up on your feet and get a test now. Not to see the water roll when it's hot of gold.
Smoking made him sick, I put my button like this. And I'm walking with him singing, singing now. We singing up, we showing never give a fuck. We getting down, we live it up, we save it up, I told him, didn't wanna hold it. Every fucking thing we ever touch, it turned golden. Some may consider it a gift, but it's a curse. Ever since I've heard we have been treated as the worst. Say we're Wanyama, we know what a word's worth. And we know being thrown down on the curb, earth, politics and perverts. We can come for yours first. If you think it fly, we can make a bird hurt. Equator at the crater of the top of the moon, and you can't hear what they saying if they talking to you. It's cops on the block, dog, and I've been watching them move. So what's Wanyama to do? I stash a hash in my sock and my shoe. I smash the glass and I lock up the loot. I need my thoughts to compute. If they come in, then they will probably shoot. I had a warning, they already knew. They had a call and they were following through without a warrant for my property too, and no suspicion they could properly prove. Look in their eyes, that could chop me in two. And now I know these cops are really probably calling the crew. There was a knock on the door. That's when everybody dropped to the floor, and every breath was like swallowing swords. I made a break for the back, they started breaking my door, and now I know they're trying to take me to court.
Crash bang with the door thrown up against the wall, hands behind my back. He said you better shut the door, the headlight before I pull the bullet in his head. Now I see what you're saying to me, it really told me the goddamn thing. When you come bust down my door, no sue legally.
Why you cops trying to taking us all when you the only ones that's breaking the law. You got your pistol pointed straight at my dog, and now I'm disappointed hating the law. And I ain't trying to make a statement at all, but stop thinking you tough and stop being corrupt. You need to drop off your badge and put some weed in a blunt. You need to stop wasting time trying to put me in the cuffs. I said you caught on the line, out in the sea and you sunk. I know you think you a shark after a piece of my heart. You wanna tear it to pieces and tear the pieces apart. You wanna creep through the dark and tell me reach for the stars. So I just reach for my pocket and grab the keys to the car.
Crash bang with the door thrown up against the wall, hands behind my back. He said you better shut the door the hell up before I put a bullet in his head. Now I see what you're saying to me, really don't mean a goddamn thing. Will you come bust down my door, or so illegally? People that kill, calling you a villain for smoking weed on the side of the barrel, trying to catch the feeling that you knew all along they been stealing. They got you kneeling, believe they control the world and make a turn. With your hands behind the back, you only way to learn.
And you got a lot to learn, and that night that thought makes you toss and turn. And we are not concerned with how much money your pockets earn, because you softer than a fox's fur. Wanyama harder than a hole in the boat, hoping to float, trying to go where the coconuts grow all on their own.
Well, do you want it? Love me, stick out your tongue and swallow it down. Yeah. Well, do you want it? Love me, stick out your tongue and swallow it down. Keep your mind in the vision, turn off your television. Yeah, we living in a time when they're always listening to what you say. Say it's better than the in your head. Keep your skin to the bone just to get the bread. In a herd of sheep, yeah, you never had. To the edge of the cliff is where we're all at.
Everybody want a piece of the pie, for a reason to live, I need a reason to die. Everybody deserve to be treated equal as I. You think you need a disguise, cause eagles be in the skies. The eagles sing in your eyes, don't let it lead for your lives. And if you mislead the people, then your achievement's a lie.
Well, do you want it? Well, open your eyes. Stick out the tongue and swallow it down. Yeah. Well, do you want it? away, cause I've already been in the town.
Can't handle me, can't damage me. I can sold your whole family like grandma me.
In the goddamn walls of breathing, while I'm stuck in the middle and I've lost the meaning.
Wanyama is synonymous with anonymous. Keep the chronic lit. I talk a lot of shit.
Don't matter what you do or say, we're made to believe that we're all insane.
Weed and brew, believe it's true. This is brought to you by the Cleveland Zoo. Got this feeling coming up in my stomach. You running from it, you talk about it, I've done it. I hate the fact that you love it. I said this shit is my business. You said it wasn't. I said it is cause hip hop gave me all I ever wanted. But I've been confronted a lot while getting blunted. I would simply crack my window books and smoke it in and shut it. I remember sitting back in my room just thinking what if. That was my track in the back, making them subs live. Had my thugs lifting bulletin boards, and we've been hanging in places only fools can ignore. I got some music in store for your daily work and chore. Tell you to quit that shit and walk out of the door. Cause I don't wanna live on an earth I can't explore. And our people cannot take this and work no more. And despite my slightly heightened sense of light behind me, I'm enlightened, I be triton and the lights are bright, but they can blind me. Slimy, grimy motherfuckers, they won't ever find me. And I'm standing in the open, I'm not even hiding. And I'm not even hiding. So drive slow, homie.
You never know, homie, about these hoes, homie. You gotta pump your brakes and drive slow, homie. So pump on the brakes and take a break as we intake the sun as it glistens. Listen to all the words that I'm spitting. Throw your hands up if you are participating. Cops in my rearview mirror, they're trying to pull me over, tell me that my words are slurred, and then I'm going way under the speed limit. I'll say it officer, 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 I'm just trying to kick you. Say, that's too bad, I'm gonna give you a ticket. So I said we're brushing off, and I pull it to the left, and I pull it to the right. We gonna hit a destination if it takes us all goddamn night. Alright, I don't wanna know which way the wind blows, but I couldn't tell you, I just go with the flow. And I hope that it points me in the right direction. If not, pull you in, that's correction. Back on course to 71 North, and downtown is now our main course. We let the treble hide and the bass riding for the city. Music we provide.
Step ahead of the rest of the people after the cheddar because they doing it better. I could be Nikola Tesla, a new electric inventor, but I don't crack in the flesh. I see the bigger the better. I see the bigger the better. All the bigger the wage, and I see people talking like every day, and I see people telling Wanyama to change, but we never change. Standing on stage in rage. Tight and never let go. I can hear the beat and when it's over, hear the echo. Let's go up all night, no espresso. Chilling right now when the green light says go. I'ma go higher. electric twist it like a pretzel. So I pause and take a drink. A little bit of alcohol can make it think. So ahead of me, better be in my pedigree. If you mess with me, best believe. Always got a trick up my sweater sleeve. Smoking like it's something like the 70s. Always smoking herb though, never methamphetamines. Always got a son of me, what they said allegedly. Why they gotta mess with me? What do you think they set me free? Something like I said it be. What do you think they'll let me be?